Hey guys, Steph, welcome back to my channel. I feel like it's been a while since I came on with my hair just scraped back looking like this, but if you guys saw one of my recent vlogs, I went to a Fenty event the other night and I am still feeling it. You know how like when you're younger and everyone says, oh, when you get older, your hangovers get worse? I can confirm that. It's not necessarily get worse, but it's gotten a lot longer. So yesterday was my actual hangover. Today I'm still a little bit sensitive. So I figured today I would just come on as I am. And then hopefully by the end of it, we can have an amazing transformation. I don't want to be recognizable. And I'm gonna cure my hangover with some makeup. So the makeup that we're trying out today, as you can tell by the title, is Aldi. Aldi have brought out some more products. I was hoping they would bring out some more because I kind of wanted to do more of like a full face, but I only have 4 new products from them, but still, thought I would try them out in a video. And as you guys will probably know, Aldi love to dupe products. And by dupe, I mean kind of low-key copy every single aspect of a product sometimes. So I've got some things from my collection that I think will be a dupe for the Aldi products, and we're gonna try them out side by side and also review the Aldi products as we go. I feel like I didn't even breathe throughout all of that, but yeah, let's do this. I feel like this is like my new version of the dab. Like, you all hate on me for doing the dab, so now I'm like, dab our way to the next video. 3, 2, 1. Go. Okay, so let's quickly talk through the products that I have. I got these in store, and like, it's one of those things, sometimes Aldi has products in store, sometimes they have them on the website. They did also have a CC cream, but online, sorry if you can hear like the gardener just like blasting the garden right now, but online they only had the dark CC cream, and in store they only had like the tan one, so didn't really think that would be for me, but I do want to try that out soon. But what I basically got was the Lacura Revival Velvet Eyeshadow Palette, and if you guys can see that there, does this remind you of a certain palette, a certain very, very famous palette from a while ago? Hello, Modern Renaissance. Hello, Aldi. Like, is it even... I mean, a lot of the colours even look like, yeah, they all look like they're sort of in the same place. You got the orange on the bottom right, the dark brown on the top right. Yeah, so I'm guessing that's going to be a dupe of the Modern Renaissance, which I haven't used this for a really long time. It's definitely out of date, but it's fine, it's fine. Another product that I have kind of tried out before, I've tried out another shade of this, is one of their blushes. So they did like a full-on dupe for the NARS Orgasm blush, but this one is in the shade Candy, and they don't have any testers or anything like that in the store, so let's see what this looks like. Oh, okay, it's a bit more of like a corally sort of color, but you can see it is very much a dupe for NARS. Like, it's the similar sort of packaging, like the OG NARS packaging. I have this one here. This is Orgasm as well, but I just kind of, again, want to like compare the two. But this is the limited edition packaging, I think. So that's that there. And like I said, the colors, yeah, the colors are different. I might see if I have something else similar, like once I've tried it on my face, but I just kind of wanted to compare the formula of this blusher as well. We also have the Show Up Highlighter, which is actually the first thing that I saw in the store. I literally was like, let me just pop into Aldi, and I ended up in that aisle where they have like all the random stuff, and I came across this, and I had to get it. I've tried out one of their other box highlighters before, so this might be exactly the same because I feel like they just repackage a bunch of stuff sometimes, but you guys know I can't say no to a good highlighter. I can't even say no to a bad highlighter. So pick that up as well. And I figured because of the packaging, this might also be a dupe for Benefit Cookie, which you can see here. I don't have it in one of the actual little boxes, but I do have it in this palette. And I love that highlighter, so we'll see what that's like. And then last but not least, I have the Illuminating Concealer Pen, which I'm pretty sure is supposed to be a dupe of the YSL Touche Eclat, which I have somewhere. I honestly almost wasn't going to film this video because I didn't have all the products, but I'm just going to do it anyway. I don't know where my Touche Eclat pen is. I literally know it's somewhere, but I don't know where that somewhere is. So if you guys don't mind today, I'm not gonna be doing like a full-on side-by-side comparison of this, but I've tried out, yeah, look, the packaging is so similar. I've tried out the YSL Touche Eclat, I've used it for years, and I kind of know the product, so I can tell you guys what I think of it in comparison. But yeah, the Illuminating Concealer Pen, I got it. They only had a few shades in my local one, so I got it in the shade Amber, which I'm hoping won't be too dark. But yeah, got that as well. So let's chuck it on my face, shall we? Should we do another dab? Like, why not? Let's do another one. Let's go. I'm on decaf coffee today. Like, I'm actually decaffeinated right now. Oh, hot. Okay, I'm just gonna go in and moisturize my face with my Olay cream, which I'll try and link as many products that I'm using on my face down below, but I might whiz through some of them, so I might forget. I also just might forget anyway, because that's just how I am. But yeah, I'm just gonna slap some of this on my face. Smells like, I said it before, it smells, you know, like, my brain is trying to remember Munch Bunch yogurts. I don't even know if they still do them, but the apricot ones, that's what this smells like. So I'm gonna pop that on. So I am gonna do my base properly off camera in a second, but with these sort of pens, they don't normally give you that much coverage from what I can remember. So I wanna try it now while I've got bare skin, just to kind of see how it looks so that we can actually see like how much coverage it has. There we go, okay. Hopefully this won't be too dark. I think this might be too dark. We might be able to get away with it, but I'm just gonna pop some of this under my eye. You know what, I was actually gonna blend it out with the brush, but I used to always blend this out with my finger. So I'm just gonna do that. But yeah, this is normally quite sheer. It is more of like a light reflecting pen, so it's not necessarily like this concealer that's gonna get rid of everything, but it does usually reflect light, which then in turn makes your under eyes and your dark circles look a bit more lifted and illuminated. This is the result of using this. Like I said, this is a touch too dark for me. I would probably rather have the shade, I think it's like 200 or something, so one shade down. But even saying that, it does still kind of work because it is quite sheer and it does blend out really nicely. And you can see that it has added a little bit of light to, especially at the inner corner of my eye here. I want more coverage, obviously, but this for kind of like an everyday sort of situation is really, really nice. And I can tell you as well, it's not that much different to the YSL one. It really isn't. Like the YSL one doesn't have much coverage. It is quite light reflecty, but not in like a pearlescent sort of way. It does just seem to kind of bounce light off your face in a really natural way. And this seems to do that as well. Let's have a little closer look. Yeah, I mean, it's not shimmery. It's nothing like that. It's not just giving you like highlighter under your eye. So yeah, to be honest, I would say if you've been like dying to try out the YSL one and you can get this in your color, give this a shot first, because this was like a fifth of the price or something. And obviously, I can't compare the two right now because I've lost the other one. But from what I can remember, this really isn't that different. Like, being totally honest, there really isn't much in it. But anyway, guys, I'm going to hop off camera very quickly and I'm going to do like my brows, foundation, that sort of thing. And I'll come back and we'll try this out again, just like over the top of my foundation, just to see how it kind of looks like that. And then we'll try out all the other fun stuff. Okay? See you in a sec. Okay, base is on, and today I just used the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk, and then I also used the Marc Jacobs Extra Shot, which I'm still so gutted that they have basically, like, I think the whole Marc Jacobs beauty brand is kind of like donezo, but I'm gutted that I didn't get more of these because I love this concealer. So now I'm gonna try out a little bit more of that, whatever it was called, the Illuminating Concealer Pen, just to kind of see how it brightens up my eyeballs. And on my lips, by the way, I have the Anastasia lip liner in the shade Dusty Rose. I basically just got my makeup bag from the event the other night and I'm just like chucking bits on there. But yeah, this is what the actual product itself looks like. So I'm just gonna pop a little bit here, like so, and then a touch there as well. So when I've got my foundation on, still a little bit too dark for me, but it's not too bad. And I'm gonna blend it out with this brush here. This is like tripping over my own teeth right now, the Zoeva Face Shape. And I'm just gonna pat that in just to give me a little bit more luminosity. Like I said, I've already got the concealer on, that is giving me the coverage, but I just wanna see how this kind of looks on top. And maybe just kind of like compare the two. Can you guys see any kind of difference? I feel like this side does just look a little bit more shiny, so it's like it's lifting it a little bit, but again, this product doesn't actually do much. Like, what it does do, it does it well, but it doesn't do anything crazy. It is definitely more of like a natural kind of look. But yeah, it's adding a nice little glow under my eyes there. Okay, I just went ahead and added a little bit of bronzer. I used my Too Faced and then also the Hoola Caramel from this palette. So yeah, now we're gonna try out the blushes. So like I said, they're not gonna be the same color. I wonder what actually colors I have in this. Yeah, it's not gonna be the same, but that's fine. It's all fine. We're just trying it out just for the sake of it, just so this video is not like, in fact, I could have just made this video and it still would have been way too long, but you know, I don't like to do things in halves. So yeah, I'm gonna go in with this blusher here. This is the Aldi one in the shade Candy, was it? Yeah, Candy. And it does really just look, it looks like Wasn't there like a blusher called like Super Orgasm or something? I can't remember what color it is. If I do find it and if it's the same, I'll put it on screen now. But it was a bit more intense than the normal Orgasm. So I wonder if it's kind of like a dupe for that. But it seems quite pigmented. I'm only taking the tiniest amount and popping that just at the top of my cheeks. It's got a little bit of a shimmer in this, as you can probably see. It's got more of an overspray though. So as you kind of break into the product a little bit more, it's not as shimmery. But yeah, it does have a little sheen on the skin. It's actually quite nice. I, again, have tried out another shade of this sort of blusher. But again, they always change the packaging. I wonder if it's literally because of like legal reasons. Maybe they get in trouble with brands or something. But they've had this in like black packaging. They've had it in another type of packaging. And then they've come back to the original sort of NARS packaging, but it's grey. So yeah, they're always changing these things around, but I never know if they're actually changing the formula or the product. But yeah, the other blusher that I tried from them a while ago that was a full-on dupe for NARS Orgasm did apply really nicely, and it was just a nice affordable blusher. This is kind of the same sort of deal, to be honest. I do think I prefer the other shade, but again, this one is a little bit deeper than the other. So I'm gonna go in now with the actual original NARS Orgasm. And again, this is not gonna look the same, but it's just to kind of see the formula, see how everything applies. I'm using the other side of the brush. Yeah, I mean, I do prefer the original, but again, if you're just after a blusher, I feel like it's one of those things, unless it's like the exact color that you're looking for, this kind of blusher from Aldi, they're still good. Like, you still get a good amount of product, you get 4.5 grams, and yeah, the product itself is nice. I do prefer the other color that they do, whatever it was called, I can't remember, but still nice. So now let's try out the highlighter. Where did I put it? There it is. Okay, so now we're gonna go in with the Show Up highlighter, and I have a hair in my mouth. I posted about this on my stories, and I already had a few of you guys saying that you came across this highlighter and it's become one of your favorites, and it does look really nice. Like it looks a little more sus on the skin there, but the swatch looks banging. So where is my brush? See, again, I'll try this one on this side of my face. Ooh, okay. Yes to this. Again, I've tried out Aldi highlighters before and they're really nice, so I'm not even that surprised. I'm just happy about it. Like, I need to blend it out a bit more, but yeah, really, really pretty. It's not even like too shimmery or glittery or anything like that. Again, I need to blend everything out a bit more. I'm literally just getting some off my brush right now. But it is like, it's like a very thin formula, so it doesn't just sit on your skin. It kind of meshes in with everything that you've got on your face right now. And it's sheeny, it's shiny. It doesn't have too much of a color either, so I feel like this would actually suit a lot of different skin tones because it's not actually overly pigmented with color. Yeah, stunning. Very happy with that. I see why a lot of you guys are loving it, and I do as well. Like, that's actually so nice. Aldi, like the same place you get your pastries and, I don't know, toilet roll, your grapes. Look, they're doing this highlighter. This is really good. I highly recommend you check this out, actually. I'm then just gonna dust off my brush using one of these guys. I used to use these all of the time and they are really, really good. It's literally just like a sponge that essentially just like takes the pigment off of your brush. It doesn't clean it, but it just takes the pigment off. And now we're gonna go in with the cookie highlighter, and comparing the two, I don't necessarily think this is gonna be a dupe, but also I just wanna try it. We'll find out. This is how we find out if things are or they aren't. But yeah, just a heads up, the Benefit Cookie Highlighter is so good. Like, it's actually ridiculous. So I'll show you guys how this looks. Like, I'm barely using anything right now, and it's just like, hey. Yeah, this is maybe a little bit more silvery, and it's still so intense. I'm actually gonna double it up on my nose and yeah, blot that down a little bit, because even though I knew this was intense, I forgot just how intense it was. But look, it's ridiculous. And you know what, to be honest, once you've blended them both out, I would say that the Aldi highlighter is a little bit more champagne-y, which I actually kind of prefer. But once they're blended out, the intensity of them both is pretty similar. So if you're after something that's like super, super like silvery, the cookie highlighter is a bit more that way. But actually this isn't exactly like that overly warm. So I wouldn't actually say they're too far off. Not necessarily like an exact dupe, but save yourself a bit of money because there really isn't much in it. Like, I love your Benefit, but Aldi's killing it. So now let's move on to what I feel like is the star of the show, which is this palette here. Again, I've tried out multiple Aldi palettes before when they've duped ABH palettes. And again, a lot of times they are pretty good. I feel like I've had one palette that wasn't that great. I feel like it was like the blue one, maybe. I can't remember what it's called. But, oh my God, it's even got like the velvety packaging. You're naughty. How do they get away with this? Let me take this off. Let's do like the big reveal. Okay, rewind. How did they get away with this? Like, obviously my ABH palette is a little bit beaten up, but let's compare the two right now. No, seriously, like what's actually the difference? I'm like looking in the viewfinder trying to figure out. Hang on, they're actually so similar. It's actually a bit ridiculous. Aldi, you're gonna get told off, man. If you're not already, you are going to get told off. They even have the same like brush. Well, it's your lawsuit, not mine. I'm just here to try out the cheap makeup. But yeah, so similar. Wow. So what I think I'm gonna do, I wanna use a lot of the more intense colors because I feel like they're more of like the selling point of the ABH palette. I'm going to just do the look with the Aldi palette first, and then I'll kind of like whiz through using the ABH palette. So first of all, I've already like primed my eyes a little bit and set them ever so lightly. It's what I tend to prefer to do. But I'm gonna go in, I think, with this shade down here first. No, I'm not. Take it all back. I'm gonna go in with the shade Awaken. And I'm actually gonna use the brush that comes with it as well, just for a minute, just to see what it's like. You've even got the mirror in here. I think this palette as well, obviously I'll put all the product prices on screen now and everything, but this was like less than a tenner, which is pretty mad. But yeah, we're just gonna go straight in with this. There's something on my forehead. There's like a speck of dust on my forehead. What is that? I'll get rid of it in a second, but for now, you can stay there. But yeah, I'm gonna put this in my crease just as my transition, and I'm just gonna do a typical kind of smoky eye, but I might even do like a half cut crease. I'll see how we kind of go and how everything blends out. Let's pop that in my crease. The brush seems quite soft. Seems like quite a nice little fluffy brush. Nothing major. I mean, this color is quite subtle anyway, so it's not gonna be like the most intense thing in the world as it is. There is already fallout though. Like, even though this color's not really anything to shout about, there is already fallout. So I need to be wary of that. I'm now going to take the other side of the brush, and I'm going to go in with the shade Vitality, which is the colour in replacement of Realgar, which was actually one of my favourite colours in the ABH palette from before. And I'm going to stamp that in my crease for now, and then blend it out once I've got the product down. And yeah, just slowly blend that out. And I'm not too fussed about any of this because I am going to be probably cutting my crease and everything in a second and layering it up with some more of the colours, so I'm not really fussed about that blend at all because we won't even see that in a bit. Get back up there, brow hair. Know your place. I'm running low on my Refined Brow Gel and it's gone like a little bit bitty. So yeah, just got some friends all over my face right now. This little piece of dust on my forehead, got some bitty eyebrows, hungover. It's fine, we're all in this together. So you can see the colours, but they're blending into each other quite a lot, which is something that I kind of remember the Aldi palettes sometimes do. Like, the colours are there, but they do just all kind of like overblend essentially. I'm now going to take a tiny little bit of the shade Renewal, which is like a shimmery kind of champagne, and pop that on my brow bone. Oh, you're pretty. You're nice. Yes, I like you. Like that one. And then a little bit on my inner corner, as always. So now I'm going to go in with the shade Era, which is like one of the main pops of colour in the palette. And you can see it's pretty pigmented. And I'm going to lay that flat on my outer corner. Really trying to make sure I don't have too much fallout with this, so excuse the funny little face I might be making. But that is quite patchy there. See if I can layer it up. I definitely feel like the ABH colours are a lot more vivid. Yeah, it's kind of patchy, isn't it? Not ideal. I'm going to take some of this shade here then, Vine. Same brush, I just like wiped it off on my little sponge thing. And I'm going to pop that over the top to see if I can cover that up. Again, that's not ideal, but do a little bit of like rescue here. Okay, so that covered up any little gaps there a bit more. Yeah, look, it's not sticking to my eyelid at all. As I'm trying to blend this out, I'm just going on my crease, but the corners of the brush, like I'm just gonna like try and self-sabotage right now, to be honest. Like, look, it takes off a ton of the product. It's like it just doesn't want to stick to your eyelids. So I'm just gonna actually kind of blend all of that in together. That's what I mean, like everything just kind of over blends, and it's fine if you're using a bunch of the same colors because then it does just kind of like blend out. But if you want any kind of definition anywhere, it's not the best. Screw it, let's go with a tiny little bit of Renaissance. Oh my God, the fact that it's actually called Renaissance. Honestly, Aldi, I'm literally just gonna try and layer things up and see what we can kind of do. Like, I know this isn't necessarily gonna end that well, but I just wanna kind of see how everything looks. Yeah, nothing is sticking to my eyelid right now. It's like a wash of color has stuck to it, but that's kind of it. It's like from afar, doesn't look too bad. But then as you kind of look at everything, it's like I have 5 different colors, 6 different colors maybe, including the highlight. 6 different colors on my lid right now. 7 colors. 7 colors on my lid right now, and like, can you see where any of them start and finish? Apart from the highlighter, like, no. And I'm now gonna go in with the shade Timeless, which is this shimmery pink, and pick up quite a decent amount of that on my brush. I feel like this is a really nice color, like both this and the one in the ABH palette. I feel like this is a really nice bridal kind of pink. And I'm gonna press that onto the inner corner and bring it onto the lid a touch more, and then I'll kind of connect the two. Oh, see, that's quite pretty. I feel like the shimmers are definitely a lot better in this palette compared to the mattes. I'm really having to put in a lot of effort here, and it's just not looking that great. Yeah, look, there's so much fallout. These eyeshadows are just very, very dusty. Okay, I'll leave it like that for a second. Now I'm gonna do basically the same using the ABH palette. Again, I'm gonna whiz through this pretty quickly. I'm actually gonna use some of the same brushes that I used as well, just so there's no favoritism or anything. So I'm dusting all of them off, and I'm gonna go in with a Buon Fresco. So I'm just gonna very, very quickly whiz through this. I mean, already you can see that this is more of like a solid color. And this palette is old as well. Obviously, it's not going to be performing the same way that it maybe would have done like when I got it in the 70s. But that already is just like way more of a softer blend. Yeah, like, this actually is better. I feel like the ABH eyeshadows just blend together so nicely. So there's a difference, whereas like the Aldi eyeshadows, they blend together too quickly, whereas these just blend together nicely. You don't have to do too much. Yeah, it's like, it is a dupe, but the quality difference and the payoff and everything like that, and the fact that I just flicked eyeshadow onto my lid then, we're gonna ignore that. They're like, you can't really compare the two. I haven't even done this eye very well either. Like, I'm literally just rushing through it right now just to compare the two. But it's so much easier to use, so much more pigmented. There's no fallout. I haven't really had any fallout from this palette at all. Yeah, I mean, you can see difference is... the difference is kind of insane, to be honest. Okay, I'm just gonna check on some mascara, might put on some lashes, I'll see how I'm feeling, and then I'll show you guys a finished look. All right, guys, so this is the finished look. I figured I wasn't gonna keep this makeup on because they're obviously different, so I didn't wanna waste lashes or anything. So I just used mascara. I used the L'Oreal Telescopic, my fave. Yeah, this is the finished look. I mean, if I do this, it's not bad, but if I do this is more of what I wanted. So like I said, they definitely are different, the palettes especially, but I feel like the other products that I use, the blusher, the highlighter, and the YSL Touche Éclat dupe, I don't really feel like they're too different to the actual original products. So yeah, I would definitely recommend those over the actual palette. Again, like, the palette is nice enough, really affordable, but it's it's nothing compared to ABH. It really isn't. But I actually really like how this look turned out, even though it's a little bit lopsided. I never really wear too many pinks, but I don't know. I was going to put contacts in. I was going to do something to my hair, but even just looking at myself in the viewfinder, I'm kind of into it. The whole pink lip, blush, pink eyeshadow. There's a little piece of my eyeshadow that's like really annoying me right now that I need to fix. I know it really doesn't matter because I'm literally about to take off this makeup in a second, but that's a little bit better, I think. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Let me know if there's any other products from Aldi that you want me to try out. Like I said, I think they do have a dupe of the IT Cosmetics CC cream, but they didn't have it in any of my colors. So I'll keep an eye out for that. And yeah, let me know if you guys have seen anything else that they've launched. I will keep an eye out. I know that they've done a bunch of like the Glow Recipe skincare dupes. So it's always weird like comparing skincare dupes to the actual product because obviously like skincare doesn't just work instantly. But let me know if you guys want me to like review any bits or try any bits out or anything like that. Let me know in the comments down below, and let me know what other brands you want me to try out, what other dupes you want me to try out. You guys know I love a bargain, so any like super affordable brands or like supermarkets or whatever, I am so down to try out some new products from them. So yeah, guys, let me know what you think of this look. Let me know what you think of the products that I tried out today. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up as always, and subscribe if you do want to see more of me, because I upload all the damn time and I am just smashing it with uploads at the moment. It's like 3 or 4 every week. Being totally honest, I won't go too much into it, but the past few years really struggled with like actually finding the motivation to do YouTube and finding like filming videos just like mentally hard, which sounds silly, but now I'm like, oh, this is easy again. Like I'm back to it. Like you want like constant uploads, no worries, like I'm there. So yeah, let me know what else you guys want me to see, and if you haven't already, please do turn on that notification bell down below so you can be notified every time I upload a video, which is around about every other day or so at the moment, like I said, all the damn time. But anyway guys, I'm gonna leave it here. I love you, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. It's like Instagram versus reality right now. I still kind of like both sides though, to be honest, but this one's better. This one's better.